All right, guys, you missed the first part of this because I didn't hit record yet. But one of the things that we do is we do dinner. And then after that, we go on a short walk around the block. Not only is that helping me get my steps in, getting me outside into the fresh air, it is also good for the digestive tract to get a little bit of movement instead of like eating and then sitting down. So that was the first one. And again, sorry, I forgot to hit record. So those that are watching the replay, my bad. We just went over the first challenge, which is typically limited time due to back to school season. So number 2, colder weather and shorter days, right? So we all feel that it's cold outside. It's literally getting dark at like 4 o'clock. And I feel like my day is just like gone. So an easy one, I understand it's cold outside. And I know, Amanda, you said that like the cold doesn't bother you, but people get a fucking coat. And even if you're not, I know in the summertime, it's easier to walk like 45 minutes to an hour or whatever, go hiking or be outside doing your workout. What you can do is work out inside. Okay. Come to Empower Fitness or do a circuit-based workout at home. We have online programs. Otherwise, you can find online programs that are just body weight. You don't have to go out and get a whole bunch of dumbbells, you know. And then also, start your day with a morning workout. It releases the endorphins and it seems to get us going and start the day a lot more energized. Okay, so challenge number 3 that I have down, I'm reading off the Canva that I'm going to be sending you guys. Seasonal comfort foods and overeating. This is all the time. It's like holidays. So there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's fucking Halloween, there's all of these things. And people like the comfort food. So you guys, there's a couple things that you can do. Izzy, stop. Enjoy the seasonal treats. You guys can do that, okay? Have one of the pieces of candy and not the entire fucking box, okay? So you can have those things. I think that the moment you tell yourself you can't have something psychologically in our brain, then all we do is think about it and think about it and think about it. Like, think about when you were a kid and your mom was like, no, you can't do that. And you were like, fuck that. Like, I'm going to do it 10 times harder, right? So think of it that way, is like, don't tell yourself you can't have it. Or what I do is, another thing is like, if there's candy, I don't really like candy. So it's kind of easy for me. I'm not really a sweets kind of girl, but I know a lot of people that are. So this tends to work with some people, not all, but tell yourself, okay, give yourself 5 minutes. Be like, okay, if I still want that in 5, I almost fell off the treadmill. If I still want that in 5 minutes, then I'll come back and I'll consume it, right? But again, have moderation. So for Halloween, for example, when we're handing out Halloween candy, at the end of the night, I literally do not leave that candy in my house. So I go give it away to someone else. Like, I throw it away. I just do not have it in my house because I know that sometimes self-discipline doesn't always work. And I also have like off-limit foods that like once I start, I can't stop. So you just kind of have to decide, like, is it something that is going to make you feel good or not? Things like that. And then also in regards to the comfort and overeating, practice portion control. And then also with those comfort foods, right? The crock pot meals, the soups, there are healthier ways to make all of those things. If you don't know how, you can send them to me. I'm actually getting ready to send out a Canva to all of you guys. And it has some recipes in there that are made a little bit healthier than, you know, having all of the heavy whipping cream and like all of those things in there. And another one too is making sure that you're eating every 2 to 3 hours. Okay. So that helps us stay satiated. It helps us regulate our blood sugar levels. And then, because I find that if you don't eat all day and then you get home, then you literally crave all of the carbs. And it's not the good carbs. Okay. It's not the potatoes and the rice and the oats. It's literally anything that has sugar in it, or things that will spike the blood sugar fairly quickly. So I just choose not to have that shit in my house, honestly. And then if you are going to, you know, different holiday parties and things like that, bring a healthy dish, okay? Or another good idea is what I do is I consume a meal before I go, or I consume something very high protein because I know that at those types of situations, that there's going to be a lot of carb heavy things and a lot of desserts and like all the things. And I really want to make sure that I get my protein intake in. So if I'm going to like a dinner or a potluck or something, I consume food before I go so that I don't overindulge at those parties. It's just how I do it. And then making sure like you're staying hydrated. Okay. So that's super important as well. So number 4. Oh, I just kind of talked about this, but holiday preparations and stress. I am so fucking lucky that when we do holiday get-togethers, it's literally me, Miles, my 3 kids, and then my mom and dad. That's all we have. And so I don't have like a big extended family that's going to bring a whole bunch of stuff that I have to tell myself no or watch my portions. Like for Thanksgiving, we literally eat like turkey, mashed potatoes, corn, green beans, and that's it. And so I don't run into those issues, and I also don't run into the stress of like having to make sure my house is super clean. And because all these people are coming over and I haven't seen fucking Aunt Sally forever. And it's like stressing me out. Like I don't have those issues, but I do have clients that do. And so you have to make sure that you are giving yourself your you time. Okay. And so what I mean by that is make sure that you're carving out that time where you can meditate or you can go on a short walk, things like that. And then also during those parties, right? So again, I talked about this on a previous challenge. After you consume food, a lot of people like on Thanksgiving, they'll sit down, they'll watch a football game, right? So what I like to do is, and I have my clients do this too, is grab all the kids, go outside, play a game if it's nice enough outside, or we all take a walk around the block and Ray rides her bike or whatever. So instead of eating all that food and then sitting down, get outdoors and try to do something. Okay. Another thing that I do is, I will clean up all the food. Like we don't leave it out. Right. So like if we leave it out, then yeah, I'm going to go into the kitchen. I'm going to pick at this, pick at that, pick at this. So I clean it all up. I put it in a Tupperware. We typically take all of the leftovers over to my grandma Red's house so that she can have Thanksgiving as well, because she doesn't get to come over to our house. And so I clean it all up and I put it away so that I don't have to see it anymore. Okay. And then another option too, if you don't like those leftovers, or especially, the high carb ones or whatever, take them to like your local banquet or the homeless shelter or something like that. And, because they will also need food. So again, like all of these are sort of the same. You guys, like time block for you, engage the kids in what you're doing, because they are also fucking just a hot disaster in the wintertime too, because we don't want them to be inside on technology, but they're inside on technology, which makes their, time span, their attention deficit, just like out of this world. And so engage them in things outside. Go to the Summit Center, go, take your kids there, play indoor basketball or something like that. Okay. We have 2 more. Okay. So number 5, inconsistent schedules and routines. I get it. Sports change. Things change all the time. That's where meal prepping is going to come in handy. You guys, I do this every single Sunday morning. So on Sunday mornings, I figure out I look at the fucked up schedule that we have for the upcoming week. Are we going to be out of town? Like, for example, this week we have, oh God, my husband's working literally every single night. So it's just me and the kids, single mom life right here. And for all you single moms, like fucking, you're amazing, because it stresses me the fuck out. And then we have soccer practice, and then we actually leave to go out of town to Omaha for Halloween Havoc for a soccer tournament, right? So I look at the crazy ass schedule that is ahead, and what I do is I figure out what meals we can have. Like, do I have time to make dinner, or does it have to be a crock pot meal because we're not going to get home late at night? What does that look like? And then I go on and I grocery shop, and then I pick up the groceries on Sunday night so that we are ready for the week. It saves on money because I'm not buying shit that I'm not going to be using. I literally I just buy for the groceries that we need for the meals for that week. Okay. It will save a shitload of money if you do that. So meal prepping, and then make sure that you're flexible with your workout schedule. But again, you guys, on Sundays, literally time block out your week. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about on time blocking, I have an entire live on time blocking on how to do that. What does that look like? Things like that. How do you prioritize things? How do you not stress the fuck out about things that you didn't get done? So time blocking, meal prepping, Make sure that you're scheduling in that time for you. And the last but not least, my friends, is that terrible fucking seasonal depression. Oh my God. Literally, I thought the last 3 days were never going to end. And I was struggling with the weather outside. It was dark. It was gloomy. It was like all the things. So you have to make yourself do shit. Okay. So working out in the morning, again, it releases those endorphins, and it gets you moving. And it's going to just create you to have a more energized day throughout the day. And then another thing is light therapy. We have that at the studio as well, chromotherapy. So you can utilize that. Otherwise, yeah, guys, just like movement and making sure that, listen, here's the deal. Like when it becomes shitty outside, we naturally want to eat shitty food because we're like stuck in our house. We don't want to leave because we'd rather snuggle up in a blanket by our fireplace and all the things, read a book, whatever. So I intentionally make sure that I am making nutrient dense meals so that it makes me feel better. And then I also make sure that even if it's cold outside, you guys, getting outside and getting that vitamin D is so important. In the wintertime, supplementing with vitamin D is actually super beneficial. So if you want a good vitamin D supplement, hit me up, whatever. But that is super good during the winter months because it is colder outside. The sun does go down earlier, like all those things. So we don't get that sun exposure as much as we're used to in the summertime. That's why the Midwest sucks. Like we get all the seasons and it's great, but those winter months are super terrible. So I would literally really, really recommend that you make yourself move your body, because the more you move and the healthier that you consume foods, and every 2 to 3 hours, things like that, you are going to feel better, right? So when we have that seasonal depression and all we want to do is lay in our fucking bed all day long, that doesn't do us any good besides have this like spiral of a negative feedback loop of like, and then I feel worse, and then I feel worse, and then I feel worse, right? So like I was so excited today because I got to go to work. And the last couple of days I was stuck in my house, and like I already feel so much better because I literally got up. I, was around people and like a supportive community at Empower, like be around people. That's super good. Get outside. The sun is shining, like do all of the things. And then even after this, I'm going to go do like a short workout to make sure that I can just like keep that ball rolling. And, that's pretty much the best thing that you can do. So again, recap, those are like the 5-6 challenges that I went over that I see people struggle with the most of. And so I think I repeated myself like 9 million times, but again, like meal prepping your foods because schedules are crazy, making sure that you're getting in those fruits and vegetables, you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, you are moving your body in some capacity, whether that's at your house, outside, put a fucking coat on, and then time block to make sure that you are taking time for you. So that's literally all I have for you today, you guys. I know, Jackie, you came in late, so I will, after this, I edit the recording, and then once I put it up, I'll shoot it on there and I'll tag you in it so you can rewatch the recording. But yeah, I will be also sending out, I think on Friday, so look for a post because I am making a Canva, literally just to remind you of all the things that I talked about on the live. Some people don't like to listen to things. Some people like them in words. We all learn differently, all the things, remember things differently. So make sure you snag that for me. And next week, we will be talking about something different. So thank you guys for your time. As always, I didn't fall off my fucking treadmill today. I almost did, but so that was good. And have a killer Monday. Get outside and walk. Love you guys.